It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Back to throw, it's Clark. Fires it down the seam. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
And the Wildcats buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad like it's something.
And down he goes back at the 3.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. They'll leave it with him. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
To the air, it's Clark. Tight end finds a soft spot. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's second and long.
Here we go.
The toss to the outside. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space, good things will happen.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. Oh, he makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown tie.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Leaves it with the back. Runs through the tackle. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the tailback. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive, Lawrence. First down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Caught in the backfield, it's Newton. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today. How about it? 50-plus, no problem, big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes that Alabama offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick touch pass to the receiver. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And that play is essentially like the jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game, and I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Clark. He is complete. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He'll try the left side. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Lots of running room. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up by 18 over USC. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He breaks a tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. He's taking the shot. Got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's going for the goal line. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just flourish.
The Sneak scores it. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it down.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
He gets it away from his own end zone. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. And the returner goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the secondary.
Back open in the middle. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15, a first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Back to throw, it's Clark. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. Finds his big tight end. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They're going to run it to the right. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Fires to the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the offense is trying to attack the middle of the field. They're looking to hit that in route, but really good coverage there by the defense.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Clark. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll try it over the left side. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. The sure hands, it's Darnold. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Sends it back in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking it.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They send the tight end in motion. Back to pass, it's Clark. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is running away with this one today, thanks to an offense that is more than waking up the echoes.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Throws for the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Newton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Newton. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Looking downfield on first down. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. And they have converted their first 2 third down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. He'll off one deep down the left side. Picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. At the 30.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Back to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. A first down run on the doorstep. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. And that ball's free behind the line. Bounced right back to them.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Gets it out quickly. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide pinned deep in their own end, trying to find a little breathing room. Give as they work on that clock. He's loose on the right. Pass to 50. Inside the 30. Inside the... And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that.
Set to kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them the first down. And the Wildcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Sends it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Here's the pressure. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36 and a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Randall. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24. This defense, its head is spinning. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Wildcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man quickly. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there's some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going, and maybe you can do it.
And the extra point was good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was bold to bring that thing out of the end zone, but he'll go out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36.
He's got two. Come on, set.
The give to the left. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Off play action. He uncorks one deep. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Yeah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much. But keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's a heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Darnold. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. If there's time to pad the stats. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement.